Hey guys, it's Kelly. I am bringing my plan with me to you today. This is going to be my plan with me from May the 9th through the 15th. This is my happy planner, which I use for health and fitness. So I thought that I would do a talk through today. I had several people ask me to do a talk through plan with me. They usually end up being rather long, so I will make sure that I try to keep it going as smoothly as possible and move as fast as possible. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this. So if you're really not into a really long plan with me, or you have seen my other plan with me's and you want to exit out now, I totally understand. That's not a problem at all. I have already gone and put down my weather strips. I film on my iPhone, and the only way for me to film without being interrupted with a phone call is to put it on airplane mode, and so that knocks out your Wi-Fi. So I have to get my information from my phone and go ahead and do this before I can start recording. I hope that makes sense. Okay, I have a brand new whiteout thing here, and there's this smell the roses along the path of life. That's a very cute saying, but I've never used this washi that I'm about to use. I've never used it before, so I don't know just how see-through it is. So I'm just going to kind of sort of get the most of it done here. Now, May is Fibromyalgia Awareness Month, and May the 12th is National Fibromyalgia Awareness Day. So I'm going to be going with pretty much a purple theme today. I'm going to be adding pinks and other colors like that in, but it really kind of works out that it's already, it's already at the bottom. I mean, the sides and the headers are already purple. I'm probably going to end up covering those, but it's neat that they're there regardless. So I'm going to put this down at the bottom. This is from Recollections. It is some of the watercolor washi that people have been going crazy trying to find. I was able to find it through a group that I'm a member of on Facebook, and a young lady was able to purchase an extra one for me, and I was very excited. So I got this one, and I also got the one that has the words on it, which was awesome. So fibromyalgia, I have fibromyalgia. It is not fun. No, I'm sure that if you know anyone who has it or know anything about it, you know just how unfun it can be. But it's not studied enough. There's not enough information out there for us, and there's a lot of misunderstanding. It's what is called an invisible illness, and the reason they call it an invisible illness is because you can't see the illness. It's not like I'm in a wheelchair, or I have a colostomy on my side, or that I'm going for radiation so I'm losing my hair. You can't see fibromyalgia like that. I'm going to go in now. I've got these stickers from, by the way, these are from Scribble Prints Co. These are from Stickerific. They're my hydrate stickers, and I'm going to put those at the bottom. But you can't see fibromyalgia. And the way fibromyalgia is, it's hard because one day you may feel perfectly fine and can do anything, and then the next day you have to recover because you're in bed and you can barely walk, you can't stand yourself. It's very, very painful, and there is no medication or cure for fibromyalgia. I take Lyrica because fibromyalgia is related, it's more of a nervous system. Even though it's widespread chronic body pain, it is still neurological. And because it's neurological, there's not really any drugs out there, like narcotics and things like that do not help. I do have some other pain that goes along with having fibro. When you have fibro, you typically have other things going on at the same time. Fibro usually includes depression, anxiety, hip and back problems, irritable bowel syndrome, just got a bunch of different things, and it's really hard to function when your body is in chronic pain. And the way that I like to describe it to most people so that they can understand, and I'm having trouble getting this down straight, so I'm going to keep trying here while I'm talking. The best way to explain it, if you've ever had the flu, if you remember how your body aches because of the fever and other things, that for a fibromyalgia patient is a very good day. That is a day where we would put our pain threshold on a 1 or 2. You have to be very tolerant of pain to live through the fight that your body is in with itself. It's very, very bad. So you can imagine if that's a good day. I'm going to use this. I use these from Organized Stickers. It's just my weekly spending tracker. I'm going to use that now. I like to put that down here on the bottom in the middle. But if you know anything about widespread body pain, or you have had the flu, the least little thing added to it, it becomes debilitating to the person that has it. So, yeah, there's that. Let me go ahead and get my headers. I'm going to be utilizing these headers from Royce Wood Addictions. And I'm going to start with my to-dos at the top like I normally would. So I am going to be covering the darker purple. I'm going to alternate between the pink and purple. But fibromyalgia, the Lyrica helps my fibromyalgia a lot. It really does. But I have chronic, widespread body pain that cannot be cured. So there are times, like right now, I'm having a hard time using my hands because my wrists and my arms, I have carpal tunnel, which is yet another kind of symptom. It's not so bad that I can't do this, or I wouldn't be doing it, but my hands are very painful today. When you're having a flare, honestly, a flare is so bad because on a flare day, and a flare can be a day, it can be a couple of days, a week, a month, a year. Your flares can last just, I mean, there's no guessing and there's no telling. It's just your body gets overwhelmed by something and you can put yourself into a flare. It can be something emotionally painful. It can be something that was physically painful for you. It could be anything that might trigger a flare, and there's no telling how long that flare will last. So since you don't know how long the flare will last, really the only thing you can do is try to just continue to exist. And when I say exist, I mean sometimes you're in the bed and the only thing you can do is sleep all day, every day, because you can't endure the pain. There's only so much a person can take emotionally. Because I'm in constant pain, sometimes things as simple as a headache can become so bothersome to me that it's like I just feel like my body is going to kill itself from the inside out. And I know that that is very weird or unbelievable, but it is the hell that I live. And it is the hell that anybody else that has other invisible illnesses live every day of their life. They live that way. So what I'd like to say to you is that the invisible illnesses include fibromyalgia, lupus, MS, and several others. But if you find out that someone in your life has an illness, you treat them a little bit differently, usually with more kindness or that sort of thing. Because fibro is so hard to see and understand, and because when you say the word fibromyalgia, most people say, what is that? there's just so very little understanding of it. So because of that, I'm going to start using these are from Roy's Sweet Addiction also, and I'm just going to start kind of using these purple colors here. I'm going to start with that and just sort of kind of go from there. But people with fibro aren't given that same luxury. There is no sympathy. There is a lot of harassment that happens in the workplace. There is a lot of other situations that happen, and it usually makes you worse. Before I quit my teaching job, I was being harassed daily because people saw me walking around just fine one day, and then I would need to call in sick the next day or two, and no one, and I mean no one, understood. I was harassed by my boss. I was harassed by the Board of Education. I was harassed by my coworkers. I don't think that anyone believed that anything was really wrong with me. I think they thought that I was lazy and that I just didn't care how they felt because I was putting a burden on them. And you see, people with fibromyalgia, that's part of the that's where part of the depression comes in. You can't go through life the way other people do, and when you are able to, you pay for it the next day. So there were days where I would make it to work, I would feel fine, I'd go hard, I could play at field day, and I could do all of those things. And then what would happen is my body would shut down the next morning. Many times, to avoid calling in sick, to avoid the aggravations and the backstabbing that went on in the workplace, and the meetings with my boss trying to talk to me about being at work more and to not call in because it wasn't, it wasn't boding well with my coworkers, and we're trying to get perfect attendance here at our school and you're ruining it, and that sort of thing. It became so hard for me, and fibromyalgia works against you. It works against you in a very, how should I say? It works against you in a very emotional way. When you get depressed or really stressed out, what happens is your body starts kicking back at you, and it makes it worse. I was married, and I had a husband that would help me just to get to the toilet in the morning because I couldn't get any relief. He would help me get to the toilet, and then I was left to just do it myself for the rest of the day. My husband began berating me. My husband began putting me down, calling me names. He began doing things that no person should do to another person. It was, oh, and these are from Minty Hearts, by the way. These are just plain label stickers that I'm putting down right underneath my weather. I have to keep up with the weather because just like with arthritis, with rheumatoid arthritis, the changes in, that's crooked, the changes in the weather affect you as though you had rheumatoid arthritis. You can feel the barometric pressure change and that sort of thing. But as I was saying, eventually my husband turned on me, and he started, I was being cursed out in the mornings by my husband because I was lazy and wouldn't get up, or I was, gonna get fired because I didn't have the willpower to get myself up and get going. It was rough, guys. I mean, it was really, really rough. And it's not something that I would ever wish on anybody. It takes a very special person to be the spouse of someone who's chronically ill. My spouse was not one of those. My spouse was definitely not one of those. My spouse chose to cheat and run around and berate me when he was home. Okay, these are from Hip DigiChick. They're walking shoes. It just says go walk. About the only kind of exercise that I can do is walk and swim. But, you know, I also take Lyrica, and over the years, literally over maybe the last 10 years, Lyrica has slowly put so much weight on me that I am a miserable person in my own skin just for that. But I did not have a supportive spouse. I did not have a family that was supportive. It got to the point where I just emotionally could take no more. So I had taken out some insurance, some disability insurance, and I left my job and I got the hell out of there. I could not bear to be with those people anymore. Okay, now I'm going to use from Roy's Sweet Addictions, I'm going to use some similar colors here, and I'm going to be putting these right underneath my walking. I like these because they have 4 different areas and they work great for my meals. So I have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack. And so that helps me keep up with what I'm eating, because we all know that if you keep up with what you're eating, if you keep up with that, then you usually do a lot better when it comes to watching what you're eating and trying to lose weight and that sort of thing. Okay, but anyway, enough about, you know, my prior situation at work and that sort of thing. The situation was just really, it was really bad. It was not something that anybody would ever understand. I miss out on so many things while I'm in the bed having a flare. It's hard sometimes to get up. Sometimes I'll have a panic attack because I know that I've got to get up the next morning and go, and I'm scared to death that I won't make it. It's very, very emotional, and it's just not something that many people can handle. And I went for a while where I was not handling it well at all. I really was not handling it well at all. I ended up putting myself in the hospital by pulling a stupid stunt, and I won't go further into that right now because I don't feel like it. Honestly, I think the people that are my subscribers that have been here long enough, they understand and know what I'm probably talking about, because I've kind of hinted around about it before. But the thing is this: stress makes it worse. If you add stress to a person going through fibromyalgia, what you're doing is you are slowly killing that person. It is devastating. It is devastating to their health. And I ask that, whether it's fibromyalgia or whatever, I ask that you please go easy on them. They need you. I have this from Stickerific also. I'm going to use these boxes that kind of match in the same color scheme. And this is what I do. I put this down at the bottom right above my hydrate. And then I'll be doing some stickers for my sleep. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Oh, and I have this sheet. The owner of Delightful Lemon, she had a sheet like this that was pink, and it was for breast cancer awareness. And so I sent her a message on Etsy, and I told her that I had fibromyalgia and that our symbol was the butterfly and the color, ribbon color was purple. Would she consider doing a sheet for me? She sent me the sweetest letter. She sent me what I ordered, which was I ordered the breast cancer awareness stickers that was just like this in pink. She sent me this for free. And then she sent me this letter, and she told me how wonderful I was, and that I was going to be okay, and that things were going to be good, and that she was going to be praying for me. So obviously, the owner of Delightful Lemon, please give her your business. She is a very, very kind soul. Since this is Fibromyalgia Awareness Day, I'm going to take this one from this, and I'm going to use Thursday as a quote mental health, physical health day. I am going to put this down here, and I'm really not going to do a whole lot that day. I'm going to treat it as if it were my birthday, and I am going to do something for me that day. It may be take a bath and soak. It may be go shopping if I feel like it. I don't know that I will, but I want to, you know, I really want to show that this day and this week is a very personal situation to me. So let's see. I want to add a couple of these little butterflies. I think they're so cute, and I really, really like them. I think they're just adorable. So I think I may put that in the center here. And then what I'm going to do is I have a small butterfly here. I'm going to put this on the other side of the 12th. And that's going to be, the whole spread is really a dedication to all of us out there who suffer from chronic illness. The colors I'm using, of course, are because of, you know, the fact that I suffer from fibromyalgia as opposed to some other things. So let me go ahead and I think what I'm going to do is do these from Stickerific. I'm just going to kind of pull some from here, and I'm going to put these down here. This under my personal section is sort of like my small mini prayer list. This is what I do during this time. It's my prayer time. I pray for my son. I pray for myself. I pray for others. Yeah. Kind of a Debbie Downer, but I wanted you guys to really understand, I mean really understand exactly what someone in my situation faces. I had a very bad experience. It was so upsetting. It's to the point that my son's school is right across from the school that I worked at. And do you know that to this day, if I accidentally look towards that school where I worked, even if I just accidentally look up there, the tears just start flowing. It was so hurtful and so bad. And I'm kind of getting a little choked up just thinking about it right now. You can't treat people the way that I was being treated. You just can't do it. I'm trying to find, I had some cloud stickers, and I have put them somewhere, and I don't know where they went. I had them just a bit ago, and I need those for my sleep section. Let me look for just a second and see if I can find them. I'm not really sure what I did with them, but they seem to be misplaced. Let's see here. Here they are. They're not necessarily going to match perfect, but I'm going to do what I can. What I usually do, I'm having a sleep study June the 9th, but I have severe sleep issues, and I have to document what my sleep is. So that's what I'm going to be doing through here. I'm going to put down a sticker, and in that sticker, what I usually do is I usually write how many hours that night I slept, And then what I do, these cute little panda bears, they just say bedtime. This is to encourage me to try and get in bed before midnight or by midnight each night. And that's hard, believe it or not. The way that my brain works, it's very hard to go to sleep. My brain won't shut off. Once it finally goes to sleep, it's very difficult to wake me up. But let's see, I think I'm going to go with this pale blue here for this one. But it's very difficult to get into that sleep pattern, and I don't get restorative sleep, which is what you need to function, and that makes the depression and anxiety worse. Okay, and I dropped that sticker. Let me see if I can, and it got fuzz off of my carpet on it. Hang on one second. Okay, all right, let's put this one, let's see, I'm going to put this one on the end here, and I'm going to put, let's see, I'm going to put this one here, and then I'm going to put this pink one here. Then I will go in with my pandas so that I can check off. I try very hard, but to be completely honest, it is sometimes 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning before I'm able to get my brain to shut down and fall asleep. And I take a tremendous amount of sleeping aids, way more than, I guess, enough to knock a horse out, but my brain just refuses to shut down. And so, yeah, it's hard to sleep, and when I do finally go to sleep, it's hard to wake up. It's the daily battle. It's a daily battle. I have chronic fatigue syndrome as a result of most of the situation I'm in here. So, yeah, fibromyalgia is no joke, guys. It's really not. It's not something that everyone can handle. Okay, I think I'm going to go with this darker purple. This is from Olivia Co. Oh, and those clouds were from Tittle Sparkles, and the pandas were from the Sugary Gal shop, both from Etsy. And this is from Olivia Co. So I'm just going to kind of put this right across here and lay that down, my weekend banner. Okay, I am going to put some reminders down to take pictures and put these on my Instagram. So these are reminders. Now this stuff gets really private actually sometimes. So I don't always post the second and third time. But what I do is I kind of look at it, and as long as it's not something terribly personal, I'll go ahead and take a picture of it and post it. These are just reminders for me to at least look at it and see. So, yeah. All right. And I don't want you to think that, you know, I don't have this. These are my no soda stickers. I check off that I've made it through a full day with no soda. So far I'm doing really well. I didn't have any soda last week, and I'm hoping coming into the week of the 9th here, that I won't have any issues with that either. Okay, let's see here. I think I'm just going to put this right here, and then I'm going to grab this violet one, and I'm going to put it right here. And let's see, this one is, oh, let's go with this one. It's kind of cool. And I like this really dark one. I don't want you to think that I'm slamming anyone that I worked with or anything like that, because the truth about it is that even though they hurt me terribly and I felt very betrayed, I worked in the same school for 18 years, guys. 18 years I served as a teacher, and I ended up losing my job. My husband left me for a younger woman. It was terrible. But I don't want you to think that I'm downing them. I'm just telling you what my reality is. I have forgiven them, but the human part of me is still very hurt. This says treat yourself. It is from the Reset Girl. And I'm just going to put that on this day right under my meals. I may go do something special for myself, whether it's go get a big slushie or whatever. It's hot here in Alabama. Yeah, you know, it was kind of funny that these are from Mile High Planning. They're just little butterflies. And I am going to use these to kind of just decorate the rest of the space, because this is pretty much it. What I do is I have my to-do list. I really usually only, you know, maybe 3 at the most that I have each day is the top 3 that I do as far as health and fitness, whether it's meal prepare or, you know, meal prep or whatever. I do keep up with the weather. We're going to be having a storm mid to late of the week, and rain tomorrow. And I'm late putting this up, and I apologize for that, but I've not been feeling well this weekend. And so I have my to-dos. I'm good. I feel good if I can mark off 2 to 3 things in a day. I also feel good if I'm able to go ahead and get my posts up on Instagram, in addition to my YouTube channel, and getting my videos put up, edited and put up. This is my exercise section, my meal section, my no soda reminder section. This is the day that I will be taking it easy and, you know, kind of, I'll probably spend the day doing something special for myself, having a nice hot bath with a bubble bar or something like that, a bubble balm, or, you know, a comforter, something from Lush, and sleep in that day, that sort of thing. The next section is my personal section. This is where I record my sleep, how many hours I slept, whether it was during the night or during the day. I check off if I at least tried to go to sleep by midnight. Here I write the things that I'm praying for. Here I keep up with my hydration, which is very important for me. I have what's called dysautonomia, and my brain does not signal my body to create enough blood volume. So I have to drink tons of water to make up for the lack thereof blood volume. So I have to drink lots and lots and lots of fluids, mostly water, but lots of fluids. Here I have my spending tracker, which I'm doing really good on so far. And then I just keep the calendar and the note section. I'm keeping it there this week. Sometimes I'll cover it up with washi, or I'll add stickers there, but I'm going to leave it there this week because I have several things coming up and I'm going to need to circle some things. So let me use these stickers from Mile High Planning. I'm going to use the ones that are sort of, you know, kind of going with my color scheme here. And I'm just going to kind of decorate in between the dates. But yeah, guys, be very thankful for the lives that you lead. Be very, very thankful for the things that God gives you. Even if it's not something you would choose for yourself, give yourself time to reflect, write in a journal, something like that. I'm just using some of these butterflies. They're really, really pretty, and I wanted to kind of showcase the butterfly since it's the symbol for fibro. But yeah, guys, never take your health for granted, because your health can go and it can leave you stranded, and it can take things from you that you don't want to let go of. let's see, I think I'm going to put this right here. So I hope that you've learned something from me while I was planning, while I was talking. I hope that you learned something about fibromyalgia and other hidden or invisible illnesses. I am not normally this serious during my planning times. I really prefer to laugh and enjoy things and chat and, well, chit chat, you know, and enjoy the time that I'm on camera with my planner. But I've had several requests for someone to do a plan with me, and since I was dedicating this weekend my health planner to fibro, I really felt like that if I did not try to in some way educate people about what it's like, then, you know, maybe I won't have used my purpose. And so yeah, that's the reason I decided to go into depth and discuss it and talk about the emotional sides of it, because a lot of times that's the one area that is most neglected. So yeah, guys, you take care. I love all of my subscribers. My little channel here is just slowly growing one by one, and I just love you all so much that has subscribed to me and that believes in me and leaves me positive, loving comments. If you're new, I would love for you to join me. I don't normally do a whole lot of serious style videos, but I did want you to see this one, and I wanted to educate you about fibro because this is the week that we think of it and we talk about it and that sort of thing. But if you are new, please subscribe and join me so that you can kind of go along this ride with me and enjoy and see the fun ones that I get to do, where I don't have to talk about chronic illness. And if you liked this video and you learned something or became more informed about fibro, then please give me a thumbs up. I could really appreciate it. I mean, I would really appreciate it. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful upcoming week. I hope that you are safe and healthy. I love you. Bye.